Hello there, everyone. Welcome to episode number 639 of this here electronic engineering podcast called Amelia's Weekly Fish Fry, brought to you by eejournal.com and written, produced, and hosted by me, Amelia Dalton. Automotive design takes center stage in this week's podcast. My guest is Chet Babla from Indy. Chet and I are talking all about the automotive megatrends driving innovation today. We also explore how radar and vision will help shape the future of in-cabin and exterior automotive applications, and how Indy is supporting the next generation of vision and radar applications with their advanced silicon, photonics, and sensor system solutions. Also this week, I check out the details of a new thermoelectric generator prototype that can convert exhaust heat into electricity. So without further ado, please welcome Chet to Fish Fry. Hi, Chet. Thank you so much for joining me.
Pleasure to be here, Amelia.
Excellent. Okay, so first off, talk to me about Indy. What are you guys all about?
Yeah, so Indie's a technology company that we're focused on the automotive sector. In that space, we develop semiconductor and photonic products addressing kind of up and coming, challenging opportunities that we see in the space of automotive. So it's a very exciting space to be in at the moment.
Yes, it is. All right, so let's dig into your automotive solutions. We have been looking at some automotive megatrends lately that include driver safety, automation, expanded in-cabin user experience, and electrification. So, what is driving these trends, do you think? And how does Indie play into each of these big automotive trends?
Yeah, so a lot to unpack there. If you kind of take a step back and look at the automotive market, there's about 88, 89 million vehicles are sold every year at the moment. So, and if you look at how that will grow over the next 5 years, 5, 6 years, it's actually a very slow growth. The compound annual growth rate's only about 1%. So, we're at 89 million units today. By the end of 2030, we'll be at maybe 97 million units. So it's not a huge growth in actual vehicle production, but where the growth is coming from is all of the electronics, the growth in terms of the semiconductor opportunities is coming from the electronics that's growing. And that's, as you've mentioned, these automotive megatrends are driving that. So, driver safety, road user safety is an incredibly important area. A lot of legislation is driving that. That needs sophisticated sensing, processing capabilities in the vehicle. So that's a huge growth area in automotive. One of the other areas is the user experience. So for, both for drivers and for passengers as well. The last kind of 20 years, consumer electronics has really advanced, and we're all now very familiar with how we interact with our portable devices. And people want that same kind of engagement and experience when they're in their car now. So that's another area of growth as well. And then lastly, we see this growth opportunity around electrification of drivetrains as well. Again, there's regulation that's driving it in terms of emissions, but also we're seeing, consumers also want choice in terms of the drivetrains that they can buy in terms of their vehicles. So these kind of are the big mega trends. All of them need electronics. All of them need semiconductors. So that's why we're really excited. And this is, of course, the space that we play in. So that's where we really see a big growth opportunity for Indie.
So there is also a big push towards the incorporation of vision and radar sensing technologies into automotive applications these days. So, Chet, talk to me about how Indie is supporting vision and radar applications.
So, we touched on this road safety, driver safety element of the automotive megatrends. Having that kind of sensing capability needs different types of sensors deployed in the vehicle. No one sensor is kind of master of all. So using multiple sensors to complement each other is a key element of what's happening today in ADAS. As you rightly say, radar, vision are really important sensing capabilities. Radar's been deployed for quite a long time now in cars, 25, maybe even 30 years. But we're also seeing the sophistication of the radar increasing in terms of the number of channels, the number of antennas that are used to increase the resolution capability. And this is a space that we're playing in. So we developed both 77 gigahertz radar, which is the forward-facing radar that many people will be familiar with, automatic emergency braking, or for blind spot detection or adaptive cruise control. So we have capability there. But we're also developing radar for in-cabin as well. So this is a new and growing area in automotive. There's various global regulations around the ability to detect passengers, occupants in the vehicle, and that's driving the need to have additional sensing capability within the vehicle. So yes, cameras are used today in vehicle, but also radar has a role to play. So we're developing 120 gigahertz and even 240 gigahertz radar. And the reason it's such high frequency is that you want to be able to detect vital signs, so breathing, respiration, heart rate, heartbeat. And these are, if you think about the case of a baby in a child seat with a blanket, a camera wouldn't be able to sense, but radar obviously can quote unquote see through the blanket. So this is a really interesting area, and we're developing very integrated radar sensing capability for in-cabin. We have antennas in package, antenna on die to allow really small form factor. When you're in the car, what you don't want is the aesthetics of the in-cabin spoiled by bulky sensors around the cabin. So being able to operate at this higher frequency, not only do you get the better sensitivity, but also the aesthetics of the car are improved as well. So these are the kind of two areas that we're playing in. In camera sensing, there's a lot of developments now in terms of not only daytime sensing, but also low light nighttime sensing. And again, in the US, NHTSA has brought in regulation FMVSS 127, which is all around automatic emergency braking. And where they're raising the bar relative to other regions like Europe is that it also mandates pedestrian nighttime sensing capability as well to ensure the car can brake. So this needs very high performance image signal processing. It needs the ability to interface with different newer color filter arrays as well for the camera sensor. So this is an area that we really excel in. We believe we have the world's leading image signal processing capability deployed in automotive. So these are kind of the innovations and areas that we're focused on for radar and camera.
That is super cool. So, Chet, if my audience is interested in diving a bit deeper into the topics you talked about, Indie offers a variety of white papers and webinars, right?
Yeah, absolutely. If folk are interested in learning more, please do visit our website, indie.inc, and you'll see, relevant information both in terms of our products for the three mega trends that we spoke about, but also there'll be blogs, white papers that dig in much more deeper into some of the topics that we've been talking about today. Hopefully, people will find it interesting.
Excellent. All right, Chet, it is time for your off the cuff question.
Okay.
So here we go. If you could have one meal right now, it doesn't matter if it's on the other side of the world, you need a passport to get there, what would you have?
Oh, wow. This is going to sound like a cop out, but any Indian meal that my wife makes. She really is a very good cook. And so, actually, interestingly, you mentioned go across the world. When we do go across the world, after about 5 days, I'm missing her cooking and I want to be back. So, yeah, I'm fortunate. I think I'd choose my wife's cooking.
I love that answer so much. Oh, that's fantastic. Is there a particular like Indian dish that your wife makes that it's your favorite?
Well, and we're vegetarian, but so, yeah, I mean, I think pretty much most of her meals I pretty much enjoy.
Awesome. I love it.
I'm looking forward to finding out what's for dinner tonight.
All right. Well, Chet, this was super cool. Thank you so much for joining me.
You're welcome. Have
You heard about the new thermoelectric generator that can convert combustion engine exhaust heat into electricity? Get this. A team of researchers led by Bed Podell and Wenji Lee have developed a new compact thermoelectric generator system that can efficiently convert exhaust waste heat from high-speed vehicles like cars and also helicopters and unmanned aerial vehicles into electricity. So, what makes this thermoelectric generator system so different from previous systems? Well, most devices like this in the past were heavy and complex. They also needed cooling water to work effectively. This new thermoelectric generator is different in a couple ways. It uses bismuth telluride. It uses heat exchangers, which are like the ones used in air conditioners, to capture heat from vehicle exhaust pipelines. And it also utilizes heat sinks, which significantly increase the temperature difference, which directly influences the system's electrical output. The first prototypes got an output power around 40 watts, but they were hopeful that those results did indicate that high airflow conditions could enhance the efficiency and further increase the system's electrical output. But in further higher speed conditions, this system was able to produce up to 56 watts for car exhaust and up to 146 watts for helicopter type exhaust. Researchers from this team contend that their system could be integrated directly into existing exhaust outlets without the need for additional cooling systems. As the demand for clean energy solutions escalates, they add that this work could pave the way toward practical integration of thermoelectric devices into high-speed vehicles. Cool, right? So, if you want even more information about Indy or this neat new thermoelectric energy research, I've included a couple links below the player on this week's fish frying page on eejournal.com and in the description for this week's YouTube episode as well. Hey, have you checked out EE Journal on social media yet? Well, you should. You can find us at facebook.com/EEJournal. If LinkedIn is more your thing, I dig it. You can follow us or me on LinkedIn, and we are also on Blue Sky Social and Mastodon too. And we have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/EEJournal. Folks, it is chock full of all kinds of techie videos, including our very popular Chalk Talk webcast series, hosted by me, and our animated series called Libby's Lab. And of course, you can subscribe to our EE Journal YouTube channel as well. Also, make sure that you subscribe to this here podcast on Spotify, Podbean, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or just about any other podcasting platform to listen to some exciting upcoming episodes. Thank you everyone for tuning in. If you know of any cool new technology or heck you just want to chat, shoot me a line at Amelia, that's Amelia, at eejournal.com, or post a comment on our forums on EE Journal. For the week of June 27th, 2025, I'm Amelia Dalton, and you've been fried.